Yo, this is Snow and welcome to the first Q&A on this channel. It is late from over a year ago, but finally it got done. Before anything else, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to my friends, the voice actors, creators, for what they've done, and the viewers who enjoy the content that's being placed, and just having a good time. It all really lifts inspiration for me to no end, and I can't thank you enough. And I'm happy to share it with you. Apologies for maybe any sudden jumps in the audio, for maybe background noises and such. I know I won't get through everyone and everything when I list these, but yeah, I'm just doing it on the top of my head. There will be some extra words in the description too, so yeah, enjoy. Are you looking forward to any Disney remake coming soon in the near future? So for remakes, I'm not the biggest fan, but I do like some of them. And I'd have to say 3 of them. Mulan, The Lion King, and Aladdin. They're sounding pretty good, and yeah, I'm pretty curious with those 3. First video game you've ever played. So I had a 2-for-1 game for the NES. And the first one I played was Duck Hunt, and then Super Mario Bros. Favorite all-time song? I haven't given a lot of thought into them, since I have a few favorite all-time songs, but if I had to pick one, Tale as Old as Time. You know where that's from. Yeah, I would go with that one, since as a little girl I grew up with that song, so yeah. Favorite animated movie of all time? Well, I have a lot of them again. I think I have a hard time picking my favorite animated movie because I watch my fair share and I just enjoy them so much. But if I had to pick one, I would go with Castle in the Sky. Are there any voice actors who've inspired you? Yes, quite a lot, but I'll just pick a few. Laura Bailey, Keely Hawes, Troy Baker, Nolan North, Tara Strong, Lucy Christian, Charles Martinet, Melissa Hutchinson, to name a few. So I'm going to put these 2 questions together. Favorite Disney movie and Princess Prince. So once upon a time, when I was little, it used to be Little Mermaid. Then it turned into Beauty and the Beast. Now it's Tarzan, and it seems to be staying that way. So for my favorite princess, she's not on the official list, which would be Kida, but for the official line, it would be Belle. And for the prince, it would be Aladdin. Favorite Disney song? So aside from Tale as Old as Time, it would be You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. It's a really good song. Favorite Disney princesses to dub? Elsa, Kida, Rapunzel, Anna, Jasmine, Ariel, and Moana. From O Miyamoto, who was your favorite character to voice? So as you may have guessed on this channel, I like doing a lot of variety and setting cool emotions together to bring out stories that you watch and listen to. And just as I lose myself in stories like everybody else, I'd like to do that with my voice. Even though I think my voice is kind of dull, so I try to change it up all the time. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. And I never gave it much thought as something I could do as maybe as a career till I started it in 2013 and slowly started building it up till now. So I'll name a few characters I love doing. Laura, Elena, Fi, Zelda, Elizabeth, Jane, Elsa, Widowmaker, said that kind of fast, Widowmaker, Peach, and Ellie. But yeah, there is actually a lot more. Who inspired you to start fan dubbing and drawing? So the gaming and the animation. There's so many talented creators and voice actors behind all of that. And when I was starting, I didn't know how to start it. I was just browsing on YouTube one day and I saw one channel fan dubbing something from Disney, I forgot what. But it was in French and I didn't know the person, but they sounded really good. And I was like, so you could just do this. And well, something just clicked. So I started looking into it and researching how to voice, and it just went from there. As for drawing, I always loved to draw, so I dreamt of becoming a concept artist for gaming and animation. But now voicing is also at the top of the list. So now I want to see how far I can take it. Favorite roles you played so far, and any you would like to attempt in the future. As before, I stated some of my favorite roles that I like to play, but there's also a lot more that I didn't get to mention because I didn't want to drag it on too long. And besides the animation and gaming dubs that I've been a fan of, I also wanted to do some original stuff too. And I got into comic dubs, which is really cool, thanks Kodiak and Will. So continuing on a few more, Luna Freya, Cindy, Nadine, Sherry Birkin, Aerith, Songo, Alice Angel, Shirayuki, Julie Kidman, and MC. Yeah, there's just a lot. And ones that I'd like to attempt, I just pick up as I go because it has to hit me or I get recommended something. But other than that, I can't think of any on top of my head. But more original characters would be nice. Do you have any pets? Favorite pets? Yes, I have 3 pets. I have 3 birds, 2 budgies, and 1 lovebird. The budgies are Blueberry, berry for short, because his colors is mixed with blue, and Sunny. She's pretty much all yellow. And the lovebird is Mango, since his feathers are green, yellow, and orange. You may still be hearing them in the background, since I wasn't too picky for this. I would also like dogs and cats too, but love my birds. Best game franchise in your opinion? That's a hard one because there is a lot of them again. So as some of you may know, I love horror, action, adventure, open world games. But to pick one, I'll just pick a few off my head. Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Resident Evil, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. So I have some bonus ones here. Any hidden talents? I don't know if I have any hidden talents. I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at Mario Kart, but there's more hardcore gamers than I am. And the little piano by ear. If you could travel anywhere, where would it be? Well, I have a few places, but naming one, Japan. Favorite video game character? Well, picking one, Lara Croft. What's your OTP? I have a few. Naming one, again, Cloud and Tifa. Who are some of your favorite fan dubbers on YouTube? There's a bunch of you guys. Some I've known for longer and some just recently. Some are Tamao Aoi, Coral Seashell, Eris Goddess Discord, Haley Radiant, I Will Shinobi, King Kodiak, O Miyamoto, Lost Team VAA, Floralina59, Bull Pro, Demon Fox Akira, Finfi, Yume Studios. But yeah, that's naming a few. Check them out, they have some awesome stuff. What music do you like? So I have like a few types. Soundtracks from movies and games. Epic music, where you can hear them like in trailers and GMVs. J-pop, K-pop, and indie music. I feel more of a connection and vibe with those. What console do you play on and favorite games? PS4 and Wii U at the moment. Favorite games? I said some before, but to build up on that, The Wolf Among Us, Little Nightmares, The Evil Within, The Last of Us, Alice Madness Returns, The Witcher, and a few more. Favorite voice actor? So thinking, I would have to say Laura Bailey. She can do a lot of ranges and expressions, accents, and I take away a lot from that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with her. What video game console do you like the most? I always liked Nintendo, but lately I've been on the PS4. But I'm sure once I get 2 games that I want on Nintendo, I'll be going back and forth. And for video game, Final Fantasy XV. I finished the game, but I did start it later. But there's a lot of other little side things I didn't get to do, so I'm doing it on my second run, while jumping on other games as well. How many languages do you know? I know English et un petit peu de français, mais pas beaucoup. Who inspired you to voice act? It wasn't really like a certain person, like famous-wise, but so me and my friend Allie, she was the first I made great friends with. We kind of just inspired each other having fun with it, like Disney, gaming, fun dubs and all. And then from there we met even more, like Coral Seashell, Haley Radiant, Florina 59, Princess Sally, and more. And we just ran off with the idea and it started expanding into where we wanted to be. What is the hardest dub you ever had to do as far as acting goes? I have talked to a few of my friends about this, so they know. It's basically loud characters, yelling. I've never been good with that, like doing spot-on acting. I have to do it for a long time to get it right. But it's fun at the same time. I just struggle with it, even though I can be loud normally, but for the most part, I am quiet. So one of the videos I can say is the Mario Kart Wii impressions to Daisy. As you probably could tell, I was still having a fun time. Who is your favorite dubber to collab with? There are a number of you, and many things I've enjoyed being a part of and that are in progress that I enjoy and that I feel so inspired by. But many of you guys all have your shine to how you voice things, and I just take a lot from that and how fun you can make out a project to be. And just throwing out your thoughts and just having a blast with it. And even more surprising is it's many people around the world. So naming a few recently, Oh Miyamoto, Eris Goddess Discord, I Will Shinobi, King Kodiak, Wearable Pro, Lost Team VAA, and more. Do you have any other hobbies? So other than the voicing and the drawing, video games, looking after my birds, I love to daydream a lot of the time. Even when I'm maybe working hard at something, I'll probably have like a split second just daydreaming on something. Or rather, singing. I do like singing, but I know not on a professional level, but singing and writing. I like to write a lot of stories and scribbles. Hopefully they make sense, but yeah. Envision yourself in your voiceover career. What particular roles do you want to do in voice acting? Anime, video games, cartoons, TV commercials. So I would go with all of the above, except maybe TV commercials, but depending on the offer and what it is, I could still be open for it. So what I would choose, it would be video games. It's really cool to hear your voice in something and you can move around in the world and explore it yourself. I don't know, I think there's something there that's a little more entwining than just watching. But I would still love to do everything else. And for the roles, I always like the mystery, quiet, curious, sweet, badass type characters first. Whether it's supporting, leads, secondary, or even villains. Do you like DC or Marvel? I like them both, but I believe when I was starting out, it was DC. Because, you know, Superman. Who's your favorite villain out of all of them? I never really got much thought. But I like Venom. If you had a spirit animal, what would you want it to be? A wolf. If you had a superpower, what would you want it to be? So this is kind of plain, but I would love to fly. Or even levitate. But if choosing something else, I would love to control the water element, entwining with snow and ice as well. Do you like Star Wars? So no, I don't. I somehow started it late, and it never really kicked off for me. What is the scariest movie you ever watched? To this day, I still never seen the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Was freaked out, but yeah, maybe now I can handle it. And The Grudge, but I did see that after some time. Favorite fictional warrior superhero? That's gotta be Spider-Man. Do you remember the first movie that made you cry? I think I do. The Lion King. You probably guessed what scene it is. When Mufasa died, it has to be that scene. Definitely got the tears rolling. Favorite environment from any game you've played? Narrowing it down. Let's say The Last of Us, when you're looking for Bill and you have to go through this forest with the sun shining right through the trees. The giraffe scene, petting the giraffe. Uncharted and Tomb Raider, just exploring the different sides of all the areas. You really feel like an explorer in both their shoes. Like in Uncharted 4, the mansion, I was really hoping for something scary, just how the lighting and everything was searching the mansion for Nate and Sam's mother's belongings. It was a nice little brotherly exploration and them just conversing together. And the safari extraordinary. Rise of the Tomb Raider, and you find the Prophet's Tomb. Bloodborne, in Yharnam, like the frightening, dark, gothic-like environments that leads to the monster's lairs and everything. The Hunter's Dream, where it's peaceful but also eerie but beautiful, you know? Life is Strange. The lighthouse and the sunsets, that's a major spot. And he goes something like Mario Odyssey. Sadly, I still haven't played it. But all the colorful worlds and even old ones from like the old Super Mario games all together, it takes your breath away. And along with the soundtracks just playing in the background, it just memorizes where your eyes go and what you listen to. What do you think is your spirit animal and why? So with the wolf, I think so because they're a loyal type of animal, and with instincts they go by. It kind of reminds me, as a human, you get those instincts, gut feelings, and learning to trust yourself with what you want to express. So I kind of look up to that animal with that being one reason, if that makes sense. They're an amazing animal and they hold a certain mystery to them, even if as a lone wolf and as a pack wolf. How did you come up with your name? So for some who may not know, I was originally called the Snow Droplet. The reason being that I'm from Canada and we have snow. So I always loved how snow falls and just how pretty and amazing the scenes can get. So I just associated something with snow and water being my favorite element. Drop of water, droplet. And the reason with 2 T's is because I wanted it to look kind of like a French word, and I tried to pronounce it with a French accent originally, the snow droplet, but it depends on how it works. But that was the idea. But then I decided to change it, at least for something shorter. But I wanted to keep at least the snow part in, since I like the nickname Snow or Snowy. So I was talking with the Coral Seashell, and she helped me get a new name, even though it's basically just trimming off some letters. But something, it rhymed with owlet because of owls, and Snowlet was created. And to go with the name, I created an OC for myself. The icon that you now see in the right bottom corner of the videos is her. I'm still figuring out how to draw more ways of her, but basically snow fell onto my hair and it became that color with purple eyes, which is my favorite color. What is your fave video game soundtrack? I have a lot, but I'll just name a few I'm listening to now. Final Fantasy XV, Nier Automata, Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. And that's it. I may do some more in the future. Hopefully it doesn't take this long. But yeah. And hopefully it doesn't sound so stiff. I found I was talking pretty stiff, but you know, for a first time run. But yeah, it's up to you as well. Anyways, see you.